guys, so I'm coming to you with a quick video on some ways that I have changed since moving abroad. So if you guys don't know, almost about, I guess we're going into 9 months now ago, I moved to the Middle East and I currently live in Kuwait with my husband. And I knew I would change when I moved abroad, but I didn't quite know in what ways. And as I think about it now, it's really interesting. So I want to share some of the ways that I have changed since living here. So let's just get right into it. Independence. I was always a really independent person, I think. Well, let me say this. I developed into an independent person over the years, because what life will teach you is you cannot rely on people for anything. And everything that you want, you have to really work for. Even in networking, even in building relationships. At the end of the day, you have to think about you. And you have to be your priority. So living here, I spend a lot of time alone because I am self-employed. Like, I don't have a traditional job. And I'm not saying I will never get a traditional job again. I don't necessarily have a problem with working if it's something I love. But when you work for other people, they kind of control everything. They control how much you make. If they don't like you, they can mistreat you. I mean, there's so many factors that go into working for other people. And so while I spent my career as an educator, and I adore and cherish those years and love, really, really love the students that I build relationships with, at this time in my life, working for me, waking up when I get ready, all of that just kind of fits. So I think I've developed an independence that I just didn't have before. I didn't know how I would be without being with my parents, and without being around my sister, who I'm very close to. And it was hard at first, but eventually I kind of settled in. I got used to my own company. I have tons of work to do with the businesses that I run from home. And I feel like I'm coming into my own as a woman as I get older, and it feels good. The second thing I've learned from moving abroad is patience. You think you're a patient person, but when you move to a whole nother country, you learn patience in a whole different way. So while a lot of people speak English here, there is a language barrier from time to time when you're catching a cab or when you're at the hospital. I have a blog post coming up on what it's like to have surgery in a foreign country, because I have had surgery since I've been here. It was an unexpected surgery, but I did have to have surgery. When you're in the hospital, when you're out, you're always just aware that you're different. You're a foreigner, and you kind of have to find a way to make a place that's not your home, home. But I can honestly say Kuwait has been very welcoming to me, and I have met people from all over the world here. And I've also met a lot of Americans here. And we've bonded and got together, and that leads me into another point after the patience bit. You just have to have patience. And when you're in a foreign country, you can't always react how you react when you live in a country like America, because Americans probably don't think this, but we are entitled. And here, it's a different kind of entitlement that you get from moving abroad or living overseas, which I will talk about next. But you just have to learn patience and how to stay focused on the goals of why you're here. And for me, living here is all about travel, building connections with people for my own business, and for my husband to work in his professional career until he's ready to move into his thing. So yeah, you need patience when you move abroad. And so I think I have way more patience now. The third thing is I am way more social. I'm so social now, you guys. Like, I want to hang out, and I want to go have coffee, and I want to meet new people. And it wasn't like that before. When I lived in America, I was very like, I'm okay on the friend tip. I don't really want to, be super social and all of that. And it was like, but here, when you don't have family, I think friendships become more important than maybe what they are when you live in a place where you're near your family. And I do have my husband here, so I'm never really lonely. But I just felt this urge to get out there and get to know people and build relationships. And I think that's been one of the best things for me since moving abroad. Since moving abroad, I would say the next thing is I have developed this spirit of like luxury because everything is luxurious here. I mean, even if the streets aren't luxurious and your surroundings aren't luxurious, your experiences here are very luxurious. I mean, in the grocery store, if you need help, people bag your stuff for you, they'll push it out to your car for you. People are very nice and they're very kind. In particular, I'm talking about customer service. They treat you with respect. When you go to the nail shop, you know, you're just pampered. You're just pampered all of the time here. And it's definitely different than living in America, because in America, you would only be pampered in maybe those ritzy areas, you know, like those ritzy areas in LA where they understand luxury because they have a heavy celebrity culture there. Here, even though, you know, we're not rich, you feel rich because you're getting good service all the time in restaurants, everywhere you go. And you don't have to lift a finger here if you don't want to. You know, some things, because y'all know Kuwait has the highest currency in the world, and to me, it is quite expensive to live here. But some things are inexpensive as compared to the States. And so you really get that luxury feel here because people are wealthy here and it's a wealthy country. And although it's full of expats from all over the world who come here to work, you kind of feel that luxury vibe that kind of gets you kind of spoiled. And you're almost like, go back to the States for what? Because my life here is like easy peasy. I think when you move abroad, you become resourceful. You know, I had to walk away from a lot of money. You know, I was making a lot of money, good money, doing sponsored posts for my blog. My brand was really starting to take over in the fashion niche, but I had become kind of weary of it and kind of tired of it. I wanted to talk about other things. I wanted to talk about relationships. I wanted to talk about marriage. I wanted to talk about travel. I wanted to travel. I still wanted to talk about fashion and empowering women and just whatever I want to talk about. But I knew that it was time for my platform to change. So it's funny the way God works things out in your life. He will make it so that what you're wanting, what you're praying for, what you're pining for, he kind of puts all the puzzle pieces together, even when you don't understand what's going on. And so for me, you know, just making the decision to quit my job, because I quit my job even before I knew I was moving abroad. So that was already done. I was like, I'm quitting. I don't want to work a regular job right now. I'm good. I need some time. I'm getting older. When am I going to do it? I'm going to work like a dog my whole life. It was time for me to spread my wings and kind of move on. But I had no idea at that time I was going to move abroad. It just all kind of came together. And so now my platform is lifestyle. I talk about what I want because it's my platform and it's not controlled by brands or sponsorships. And I love all those things and I love to make money that way. But now I know how to make my own money with my own brain and my own ideas and my own life experience and my own skills. And I will continue to develop that and work on that and learn. And I think if I hadn't moved abroad, I wouldn't be as hungry, I wouldn't be as passionate, I wouldn't be as open. So that definitely is a contributor. Living here has kind of opened up my eyes to different cultures, different people from all over the world. It's shown me how hard people have to work for everything that they have. It's made me more grateful and appreciative for the things that I have. And it's definitely just expanded me as a person. And I think it's going to continue to do that. You know, just meeting people, hearing people's stories, traveling to different countries. It's been a whirlwind. It's really been the best year of my life thus far. And I'm very thankful to God for that. And I hope that it continues to go in a great direction. I mean, life's problems and issues will arise, but so far I'm enjoying the ride. Nothing is perfect, you know. Obviously there are things about Kuwait that I don't like. You know, the traffic is stressful. Like I said, the language barriers. It's hard to walk here because my neighborhoods really don't have like sidewalks. So there are little things that you know I could complain about, but I chose to live here. And I don't feel you should complain about a place that you choose to live in. If we don't like it, we can go back to America anytime we get ready. So, you know, we respect the culture here, we respect the country, we're enjoying our stay here. Come along for the ride, because I don't know where I'll be in 2 years, okay? So, all right, I think that's it, you guys. That's the way I've changed since moving abroad. If you have any questions, please leave them below and I will be more than happy to answer them for you. Bye.